Yeah, I think that, we finished basically what we would refer to as camp last Saturday morning with an early morning scrimmage, which was fun. Our players needed it. It was a lot of good hitting, a lot of good running around, going full speed. And I think it was really good for our quarterback and good for our, running backs and the physicalness for our offensive line and defensive line. So this week is all about our process and doing things right, getting ready for a game. So because of the holiday, we practiced today. Our guys came in this morning and worked out lifting weights and a little bit of stretching. And then we have good meetings this afternoon and then go out and take the field and really do about a half of a practice. We wouldn't do a full practice today and then a normal Tuesday, normal Wednesday, and normal Thursday and get ready to go. So I think our guys are excited about it. It's been a long go. Most of our guys came here that first week in June and, started the process of getting ready for a game and then got delayed for a couple of weeks. So they actually have been practicing for a long time.
Coach, does it feel like a game week after everything, just to you to finally kind of get out there and be the Missouri State head football coach for the first time?
Yeah, it feels good. I think we've put a lot of preparation into the game because of the length of time and thinking that we were going to play early or at the last weekend of August. So it's time to really just go through the process of preparing for a game, exactly how we practice, how we do our meetings, what we do post-practice. And I think that's the most important thing for our players is to learn that process and do it right and really focus on getting better in practice and preparing for a game, understanding what our opponent's going to do, offense, defense, special teams. So it's a lot of teaching going on. I think that's the thing that's so much fun this week is there'll be a lot of teaching on how we go about our business.
How's the health of the team, COVID-wise, entering the week?
Yeah, knock on wood, as of today, we feel pretty good about, having most all our guys there at the game. But obviously we still got the protocol to go through this week. We were tested early this morning to be again on Wednesday and again on Friday. But as of right now, I feel pretty good about it.
Jaden told us that you told him that he was starting this week. You've talked about how great you think he can be, just to be able to make him your quarterback. Just what was that kind of like, and why do you think he's going to be so good?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty easy decision. It's kind of where he separated early and, has taken almost all the reps with the ones. So it wasn't like one of those hard decisions or came down to certain factors. He's very talented. He's got a great mindset for a quarterback. He's got tremendous leadership qualities. And I think he'll just keep getting better and better. And, one of the things, because I've known him for so long and been around him for so long, is I probably expect too much of him. He's just a freshman. It's his first time in the offense without spring football. So we're going to have to, maybe slow down a little bit and really get him so he understands everything about his progressions and where to go with the ball according to the coverage and let the defense dictate where we distribute the ball.
Coach, you mentioned last week that you were hoping to have captains picked out on Saturday. Wondering where you were in that process. Jaden kind of mentioned that there hasn't been anything made yet.
Yeah, what we actually did is after the scrimmage on Saturday, we had them all vote for captain. So I'm going to probably announce that this afternoon, right after practice. So it'll be out later on tonight.
And one thing you've been consistently talking about some of the younger guys on defense and how they've impressed you so far. What do you want to see from them going against this tough OU offense?
Can you repeat that again? The volume wasn't very good.
Yeah, sorry about that. You've been talking a lot about some of the younger guys on defense and how they've impressed you so far during camp. What do you want to see from them going against this tough OU offense?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tremendous challenge. There's no question about that. They got great offensive linemen, great skilled players, tremendous quarterback, and a really, really good scheme. So what we want our players to do is work on, being able to put the video on and show that they, utilized their technique. They played with great effort. They played fast and played within the structure. So I think that's what's important for us, is that our guys can really understand what we're asking them to do and play fast and fearless, and make sure they can look in the mirror after the game and say, I played as hard as I possibly could.
You brought up being able to see your offensive line go up against get a little more physical in the past week. Just where do you feel like they are? Because I know that was something that you knew that they needed to really improve before this first game.
Yeah, we've got a ways to go. Our defensive line is ahead of the offensive line right now. You know, we have some experience on defense and some physicalness and some new guys there that help them rush the passer and bring it off the edge. So we're a work in process as far as the offensive line goes. The thing that is encouraging is they play hard. They understand what we're doing for the most part. They just got to utilize technique more. And you know, a lot of times technique is the last thing you get when you scrimmage and when you play in a game, because you have to learn how to take it from the individual drill that you do to the group drill that you do, and now to live bullets. So our guys have to be able to start carrying it over from their drill work into the game activities.
Coach, people recognize you for what you've done in building programs. Can you talk about some of your thoughts about having that kind of reputation as a program builder, and just what you've learned about Missouri State over your time there so far?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the opportunity here. I think we have a really good base to recruit to. We've got a really good area where we can go out and find not only high school players but junior college players. And I think that the conference that we're in is a tremendous challenge. So there's great teams in the conference. We've been able to watch almost all of them and try to see where we stack up as far as talent goes at each position and what we want to set our standards to recruit to. But I think we got some work to do. We've got some building to do. And, and when we build a program, I think it's important that you celebrate your small successes and your private successes. And, private victories always precede public victories. So we've got to get where we feel good about ourselves. And I think our players are that way right now. They like the way they've been in practice. They like the passion and energy that's out on the practice field. And you have to learn how to, win. So we're in the process of really teaching them how to win.
Well, what is one thing that's happened where you can point to and say, here's why we're going to win?
Yeah, I think just the overall attitude right now and the fact that they've shown a tremendous amount of dedication and toughness with this crazy pandemic that's going on. It's not easy. Every day is a challenge. Every day is something new. Every day is, someone back, someone gone. And they've done a great job of just being able to focus on learning and focus on going out on the field and working really hard.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, you and Lincoln Riley have coached 3 of the past 4 Heisman Trophy winners. As a coach, what does that mean to you? And what does that say about the job that Riley's been able to do at Oklahoma?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a big fan of his, and going back to his days at East Carolina and the things that he's done there, and how much new he's brought to offenses and schemes throughout the country, and he's also done a heck of a job of recruiting quarterbacks. There's no question about that. And and the other thing is, to get quarterbacks to play really well, you got to get the other 10 guys around them to play really well. So his ability to utilize the guys on the field, the skill players and the offensive linemen, and make it all work for the quarterback is something that, I really respect that he's done a great job of.
Thanks, Coach.
Branching off that, Bobby, in what ways might Rattler remind you of a young Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Rattler. I've watched some of his video when he played in high school and some of the video that's out there. But I think the thing that stands out with him is like Lamar, the ability to make plays with your arm and make plays with your legs. And, when you can throw the ball down the field, make all the throws there is, the game becomes a lot easier for you.
Yeah, Bobby, when Jaden agreed to come and join you in Springfield, how pleasing was that? You had a history, you had a past with him, and to know that somebody like that was willing to reconnect. What did that do for you and your thoughts that, hey, this can work in Springfield?
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited about it. I love Jaden. I've had a great relationship with him and his mom, and really understand what they were all about, and the fact that he's a tremendous competitor and a tremendous young man. That's the thing that's been so easy for him, is to walk in here and get the respect of his teammates, because he's just a good guy and a tremendous leader. So when he hit the transfer portal, I have a couple guys on my staff that had good relationships with him too, that we were all excited about it. And then we got nervous about it and thinking that, well, maybe he's not going to come here. Maybe he is. He made us recruit him. I can tell you that. We had to go back and over-recruit him again. But we're really excited that he's here, and I think he'll be very, very successful.
Bobby, I'm wondering if you can describe your role as trying to get the guys to block out the noise that might exist with them being a decided underdog. When an FCS goes against a top 5 team like Oklahoma, everybody's going to say, well, they're going to get pulverized. How do you get your guys to focus on what they need to do and block that out?
Yeah, we're trying to really just focus on the process and how to go about preparing for a game. How to handle today's shorter practice and meetings. We've got to do a great job in the meetings today. We've got to be able to go out and do, I call it like a half of a practice on a Monday, so we can have a real hard physical practice on Tuesday. And I've always kind of went back and forth when you have an extra day of preparation on what the schedule was. And I always feel like it's best to do a half practice on Monday. So I think that's the thing that's the challenge, is to, like you said, block out the noise and just focus on what we can control, focus on getting better. We've got some corrections to make from Saturday's scrimmage, so that's a big part of today also. And then go out and get better as an individual on our technique and playing faster. We've got to learn how to play faster, and you can still see some hesitation. You can still see some doubt in our players. Some of it is because of the schemes and not knowing exactly what to do. And some of it is trusting themselves and trusting their teammates. So we've got a lot of work to do. There's certainly a lot to focus on.
Is that harder to do, block out the noise in this age of social media than it used to be as a coach?
Oh, definitely. The age of social media makes everything harder, but I think the one thing that this year, or this, half a year, whatever it's been, we're just happy to be out there every day, and we got teams in the country that aren't playing, teams that don't get to go out and practice. And I can tell you, I know how hard it is on those young men, because at their age, they live to be able to go out and compete, do something that they love, get better at each day. And I've talked to a lot of coaches that aren't able to go out and do that week by week. So we're very fortunate that we get to do that. We're very appreciative to our athletic director, Kyle Moats, and our president, Cliff Smart, for the support that they've given us. And so we're just, I think, having a good time getting out on the practice field and working hard to get better.
I'm curious what you want to gain from this particular game because of the split season, and you're going to have games later next year, that kind of thing. What's to be gained from this game?
Yeah, first and foremost is going through the preparation and learning how we go about our business and the process that it takes to get ready to play a game, and how we can execute and put things together, and how we have to do our job and rely on our teammate to do their job.
Thanks, Bobby.
Coach, given your FBS background, can you talk about the steps that led to you becoming the coach at Missouri State?
Yeah, well, I've had a previous relationship with Kyle Moats, and we knew each other when he was assistant athletic director in my first time at Louisville. So when the job came open, it was interesting, and they've struggled. In fact, I was here the last time they were in the playoffs as the offensive coordinator for the University of Idaho 30 years ago. So, but I'm very familiar with the area and with Springfield. Actually came up here with my daughter when she took an official visit for golf for the golf team. And it's an area that we really like and enjoy. And, you know, I feel like it's a great challenge and something that I'm looking forward to.
Thank you.
Coach, you added 3 talented transfers here late: Jeremy Webb, Montre Braswell, and Breon Dixon. Just kind of what have they brought to your defense so far?
Yeah, Jeremy's doing a really good job. His, you know, ability to play on the edge, and, you know, he's tall and long and got really good feet and great instincts. So you'll see him starting in the game. Breon's really getting better. He came in not very good shape, not very good condition, hadn't played for a while, struggled with that. And now he's got his movement back and his agility back and his, you know, endurance. So he needs to have a really good week to get on the field and do a better job for us. And then, unfortunately, Braswell didn't get the waiver from the NCAA, which is really disappointing. Here's a young man that did not have a computer, wasn't able to take classes and go to school, worked at nights to support his mom and his grandmother, and the NCAA wouldn't give him a waiver because he was a 1.9, which was eligible to play at Central Michigan. So it's one of those deals where you always question what the NCAA is doing and why they give waivers to certain programs and certain people and not others, because he actually is one that really needs it and certainly deserved to get that waiver.
Guys, we've got time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions before we let Coach go. Hearing none. Coach, we want to thank you for your time.
Yep. Health at running back. Just kind of what are you guys looking at this week? Because I know you were hoping to get Jeremiah back.
Yeah, Jeremiah's not going to be able to go in the game, which is in one point disappointing, but also the fact that he is getting healthier and you know, has his speed back and his balance back and all that. But he won't be able to go. So we got everybody else, though, that should be ready to go.